Hey everyone, welcome to Man-O-Rama. Tonight we're talking about keyboard warriors, and I'll make one disclaimer. If you are watching this and any thought, hey, this episode's about me, how dare he? Just know this show is not about you. It is about, in general, keyboard warriors. So you can take that general, hey, it's about me, and shove it. Yeah, it's going to be a fun episode tonight. Very fun. Let's get into it, shall we? Shall we? Welcome to the 93rd episode. Whenever I say 93rd, I always want to say 93rd annual, like we're giving out some awards.
Doug Gilmore's number, 93. Great hockey player.
Oh, man, this is going to be a fun episode.
I, too, enjoy random factoids.
And on tonight's Man-O-Rama, random moments from Tom.
I know. Just random. But it's like, it's everyone. So this episode has been in the works for a very long time. And some people have been kind of hinting at, when are you guys going to be doing this one? When are you guys going to be doing this one? And I said, stop whining about it and stop complaining. You're not my wife. Stop nagging. And they stopped, and I was like, all right, now we can do it. Because I don't want to do an episode they really want and keep hounding me and hounding me and hounding me, because sometimes it takes some time to actually prep a certain topic.
But can I say something? You were too nice.
No.
Because it might be about some of the people that are watching. You got to be honest.
No, this is just in general. It has nothing to do about anyone specific.
But it could be you.
Yeah. We're going to go around the table and see how everyone's doing, how their week's been doing. Tom, since you like interesting facts about stupid Canadian hockey, where they can't win a stinking Stanley Cup, only America does. How's your
Just like all other sports.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
You guys invented the sport.
The last cup we won was the Montreal Canadiens, my team, back in, 93? Oh, cry. Anyway.
They win all the gold medals at curling, though.
At least
Do
you're
not
not
speak ill of women's curling.
At least you're not. Yeah. At least you're not English. That you invented football, and you can't win a stinking World Cup.
Yeah.
The thing is, it was originally called soccer.
Yeah, it was originally called soccer, but you know what? We have another gator sport called football. But anyways, Tom, how's your week been?
Busy. Holy jeez. I mean, just trying to push sales, trying to advertise. Like I said, the poem book, I got a few sold. I got about 15 of the calendar. And now I'm helping my dad price old albums. He's trying to get rid of a bunch of vinyl he had. And it's like I have to go over away and make sure there's no scratches. I had a good Black Sabbath one. Oh, there's a scratch on it. Crap, I can't. It was like $100 album. It's like, shit, now it's pretty much worthless now. That massive scratch is a crap bad. But I got a few bit I'm going to sell. So a bunch of air supply and all that jazz. Going through the A's and the B's. But just looking to sell. But just keep busy, trying to figure stuff out and trying to start a business. So it's a pain in the ass. Let me say one thing. I can't talk about it, things, but Sci-Fi is doing a TV series called The Revival. And I was on a shoot. Man, 13-hour days. You forgot how long those professional days are. But yeah, I got fed well. 4 meals. One was a steak dinner. And it was a TV series coming on Sci-Fi. It's produced by a company here. Really good. That was fun being on a pro set. It's been a while. So, but
Is there a TV series on Sci-Fi not produced in Canada?
Hey, it's cheap to produce here now. But I will say one thing. Being there, I was, me and cameras. I talked to the camera guy. He was using the Sony. Was it Venice? Oh, what a beautiful! It's like $90,000 camera without the lens. It's like, man, that's expensive but beautiful. Oh, and he starts geeking out. Keen to see me geeking out. Is like, oh, check the anamorphic lens. Look, lens flare. And I'm like, oh man. I doesn't geek.
And then they had sex.
Do you need a moment? You need a moment alone while you're thinking about the camera, sir.
Dude, that's over $100,000 with the lens. That's a beautiful machine. Oh,
and then everybody fucked.
There's the cute drummer girl.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. I don't know where to go from there. But anyways, Tyler,
There's
how's
nowhere
your
to go
week
but town.
Hi. What was the question?
How's your week been?
Okay.
I looked at the camera.
I got into it with my boss at work the other day, and once again, I think he's the one that I did the tip of the hat to last time I was on. What a guy. Yeah, kind of. He royally fucking pissed me off, and I was not very professional. Once again, he probably could have fired me for my attitude. Yeah, I was in his office dropping F-bombs, being like, "Who the fuck do you think you are, dude?" And yeah, today I saw him, like, "Hey man, I'm sorry about that." So I still have a job for now, so that's cool. Yeah, that's about it. It's like the highlight of the week.
Well, that's good that you still have a job. That you have a job. Okay, that you still do. Wardy, how's your week been?
Morty?
Wardy.
Hello?
Paging Amish, please pick up the nearest
Shit,
white.
I was muted. Fuck. Okay. Shit, fire. Fuck.
Jeez, man, you're a rookie.
I accidentally hit the space bar, which means that
Oh.
you've all been missing my fucking sick burns and anyway. Yeah, no, we're in the 80s and 90s. It's fucking beautiful. Everything's so green and the leaves are starting to change, so it's all fire and gold, and it's one of the reasons why we still live in California without burning the fucking place down.
California's getting close. I just have a feeling.
Well, the pendulum always swings, so
Speaking of photography,
Like,
just on the California and the changing leaves, that's the best time to shoot in color, by the way.
Well, here's the thing. So Tyler or anyone who's been to California, would you say Central California is the better part of California?
No, Northern.
No, Central.
Ooh, California
I think
battles.
so.
Because
I just
Central's
like,
all conservative.
Light me for the soul of California, you thieving shit.
We're gonna have a rap battle. Yeah.
Well, no, I lived in Southern California and I lived near Sacramento. Sacramento's kind of like in between Northern and Central. It's just like right in the middle. Central California is actually nice. It looks like a desert sometimes, but it's the people there are a little bit more tolerable. When you go to Northern, as you get closer to Oregon, they're just weird. Southern California, they're just weird. The Bay Area is just stupid.
Weird.
Yeah, Central definitely has the best people, but Northern California, man, they got all those just amazing hiking trails and forest, and I'm a big forest guy. I just like trees.
Guy, I'm in the Sierras and I'm in the central part of the state. Everything from the central coast to the Nevada border, like along that midsection that's basically the California aqueduct, is awesome. I mean, Morro Bay is one of my favorite places to go. Cayucas, Harmony, Slow, all the way up pretty much to fucking Carmel and Monterey. After that, it starts getting stupid.
Yeah, pretty much.
In the central, you go all the way across to Sonora, then you go into the mountains over that way, and then it's all awesome on this side.
And
Markleyville, if you haven't been, fucking awesome place.
Where?
Markleyville.
Not familiar.
You want to do California?
Yeah,
road trip.
It's south of Tahoe, up in the mountains.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty yeah.
Vincent, how's your week been?
Generic greetings, my friends. My weekend was adequate.
Those are some big words. I don't even know what the fuck you just said.
How did your sport ball team do? I hope they did well. I hope your favorite collegiate sport ball squadron won their match.
We didn't, but thanks for asking.
Well, that's good. Rick, how's your week been?
Busy, but if I was doing any better, it'd probably be illegal. So I mean, there's that. You know me, always working somewhere. Did This is my 4th hour, actually 5th hour, counting production work of broadcasting in one form or another today, and I have 7 to do tomorrow because I'm insane.
Yeah, well, at least you get 2 hours to do literally no button pushing, so that's
This
good.
is nice. I do like the non-button pushing thing.
It's like your 2-hour lunch break.
Pretty much.
Think of it that way.
Just hanging out bullshit.
Yeah, I know, right? My week's been fun. My in-laws came to visit and for like a few days, and then we were going to go to the hole puncher range, and then my work schedule didn't allow it, which was okay.
Work is a 4-letter word, sir.
Huh?
Work is a 4-letter word.
Oh, yeah, it is. Blech. But yeah, it was pretty fun. I've been prepping this show. It's gonna be fun. This topic, I can't wait. It's gonna be a whole bunch of fun. But we are gonna get into one of my favorite topics, segments. This is the part of the show where I just take my time to, slowly get to whatever I need from my videos. Yeah.
Twitter.
That's right, folks. Here at Man-O-Rama, we like to not only give good perspective and good advice on things, because we're doctors. No, we're not. There's actually someone that did ask, like, are you any of you guys doctors? And I was like, no. They're like, why are you giving advice? I was like, are you a therapist? They're like, no. I was like, then why are you telling me what to do? I should have said lawyer. That would have been a lot better. But
Mother, are you my mother? Why are you
are
telling
you
me
my
what to do?
mother? I feel like a lawyer would be a lot better because a lawyer at least is annoying.
No.
Claim to be some
Watch
kind of
next week.
I mean,
Next week I'll bring on a lawyer.
As your attorney, I advise you to leave here rapidly.
Dr. Johnny Fever. Remember that?
I have another patent answer for you to use next time. Are you a doctor? No, but I play one on Twitter.
Yeah, there you go.
Twitter.
Oh man, Twitter. But that's right. We like to do a thing called "Don't Be That Guy." Pretty much where we make fun of what we see, but we also like to critique it. Some of us won't do the critiquing. Some of us will just flat out make fun of you. And here's the thing: if you ever get shown up on here, it's not because we're here to just flat out make fun of you. We're just here to point out how stupid what you said.
No, I like to make fun of people.
Look, I'm just saying. Look, guys.
Yeah, speak for
Quit
yourself.
getting here. I was trying to say it so the audience won't know. I'm just trying to let them off easy because I've had some people get upset for me posting their tweets. So it's just like, you know what? So back to the schedule. Here's the thing: we will make fun of you.
As your lawyer,
Like-
Steve, I advise you to tell everyone to go fuck themselves.
Go fuck yourself.
Fuck for yourself, you coward.
Anyways, we're never gonna get through this episode. Oh,
Oh Lord, we have fun, don't we?
I know. All right, here is the first one, guys. And this guy, again, people with their Twitter names come up with something clever, like something that you can pronounce. Because this is sounds like something I would spell. So he said, I dated this girl for 4 years, paid her rent for 3 years. Yesterday, I went to the house and caught her kissing another guy. I became angry and left. This morning, she sent me the guy's number and said I should call. She said I should call him and tell him there's nothing between us. Now, guys, where do you see the problem with this, Rick?
Oh my god.
Okay.
Where isn't the problem?
So where to start?
No,
So
see, there-
first of all, he's using very specific language at the beginning of this tweet, but then at the bottom, she's like, "And you need to tell him there's nothing going on between us." So my gut reaction to this is this guy had no clue that this woman had zero interest in him, and he was schlub enough to pay her rent for 3 years anyway, hoping he was going to get lucky. That's my take.
Wasn't he getting anything after 3 years? Like, how long are you gonna wait?
Yeah.
Pay somebody's rent? What the? Oh.
Tyler.
What? Oh, what's wrong with it? Is that what you're asking?
So much.
No, I'm asking what's perfect about it. The color of the tweet and everything. Yeah, what's wrong with it?
Well, how the fuck do you let yourself get in that position to where you're paying somebody's rent? Unless it's no, actually, I wouldn't even do that to family members. I'm sorry, but like, fucking figure it out for 3 years. Maybe like I might hook you up if you're really in a bad spot and like you're really down on your luck. Yeah, man, I got you. But just some chick, and then you pay it for 3 years without even getting any, to then be told, hey, you need to let him know like there's nothing going on here. Fuck that, dude. I would tell that guy everything. Like, hey, man, I've been trying to. I would just lie and be like, I've been hooking up with her this entire time, bro. That's my girlfriend. Might as well. I mean, why the fuck not?
Yeah, you got a point. Ordy.
See, how I would handle this situation, much the same way that Tyler just described. I would call the dude up. I would say, she doesn't want to see you anymore, and she would tell you herself, but she currently has my dick in her mouth.
I would have gone a little bit further, but I'll tell you my side of it after. But Vincent.
I think really the only thing that I would tell him would be to go to a doctor and get tested immediately.
Damn it. Why did you take my joke?
Because all you motherfuckers do it to me. How's it
Yeah.
feel,
Yeah, fair
Steve?
enough.
How's it fucking feel?
It sucks. Still a lot of good jokes. Whatever.
It hurt your heart, didn't it?
Yeah,
That would
Yeah.
require that he has one.
Ah,
well, no. So here, you stole my joke before with the Prius. When we did the car episode, the last
You're still
one,
mad
you
about
stole-
that?
No, it just dawned on me. I was like, oh, this guy did steal one of my jokes.
I mean, the entire concept of a Prius is a joke, so I can imagine why it got stolen.
Yeah, they're just a
I
liberal.
don't know. The new
lawyer.
one looks like it was, at least conceived by someone who knows how to design cars.
Yeah, that's true.
And it has 2 engines. Boy, that's efficient, isn't it?
Mm. But here's the problem that I have out of the whole thing. Because at first, when I read the tweet, because I got it, I found the tweet like super late at night, and so I was half tired. So I didn't. I was like, this guy, he did good. And then Rick kind of broke it down to me. I was like, oh, because I was really dead tired when I found these images, but it's the last part. I should call him and tell him there's nothing between us, which means they were never dating. They never were. Which means they're both in the wrong. She used him to get free rent. And Tyler is right. We would never pay for our own family. Now, if we were dads, that's a little bit different. Because we would pay enough to where our kids would actually save up money and then they can, or do something where we're helping them out. That's a little bit different. But if it's like my cousin, I'd be like, dude,
Get a job.
ask your mom. Like, don't ask me.
yep.
But we're gonna go to the next one. This is this kind of fits in a little bit with what we're talking about. All right. All these Trump guys on here talking shit, knowing damn well, knowing damn well, not one of them been inside the gym or could do anything if they wanted to by themselves. Guys, what is the problem with this Care Bear?
You mean other than the grammar?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Besides that,
I was gonna say, hooked on
That's the
phonics,
obvious.
This guy up.
Morons.
that's the obvious. But what is the main? What do you guys see the problem with this, Vincent?
Well, he's never had his ass beat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because people who've had their ass beat usually don't talk like that. And he can tell me I don't go to the gym, I don't lift. That's fine. 20 years total in the United States military gave me a certain number of skills. I don't need to lift weights to deal with that motherfucker. But the 6 seconds it would take me to deal with him is not worth 20 years of my life, so I'll let it go.
Hang on. Don't forget, we know Laura. She can help us hide bodies. Just saying.
This is true. Actually, you can take endangered plants and stuff like that and put them over where you bury them. Nobody can dig them up.
Ooh.
But-
And the FBI is gonna be knocking on my door.
No,
I know.
no, they're not.
Order you.
They're locking up grandmothers. They ain't gonna worry about you.
I
Well,
wish that
okay.
you were wrong.
First of all, Mr. Wu know how to deal with the body. None of you watched Deadwood, really?
No.
I watched it.
No, I was
Seriously.
thinking Bricktop from Snatch.
Oh, also good.
Yeah.
But also, I'm in mining country, so there's lots of old abandoned mine shafts. You can just toss a body down. Ask me, I'll find you one.
All right.
But I mean, yeah. To reiterate, this dude has never gotten his ass kicked. Nobody who has gotten their ass kicked talks like that, ever. And if you're so swole, I'm much faster than you are. So, good luck with that gym.
Tyler.
You said in the beginning, you were saying it's Trump supporters that don't lift weights?
Yeah.
No. It's
Your
usually...
brain just started clicking right there.
Well, I thought I had misheard it because I was like, what the fuck is he talking about? It's usually the liberals that are like malnourished and like super kind of sickly looking. No, conservative men traditionally have a little more masculinity to them, I think. Well, especially in today's age. So I don't know what the hell he's talking about. If he just happened to come across like the only weak, conservative man, he's like, that's what conservative men look like, pussy. But again, yeah, like you don't talk like that unless you've had your ass kicked enough times to know that, yeah, you should probably be a little bit humble. Hopefully somebody punches him in the mouth and teaches him a lesson.
Fucking gym bros. That's all I got to say about that.
I wouldn't even call that guy a gym bro.
Okay, well, he's LARPing a gym bro.
Yeah. Tom.
Well, first off, maybe he does go to the gym, but he sounds like the kind of person that goes to Planet Fitness, and that's not really a real gym.
Oh, Jesus.
Lunkometer, it's like little. Can you get out of here? You're too loud. Yeah, no. That's a Planet Fitness person, and no, you can't even talk normal. His English, you can tell, isn't that bright to begin with. So it just, no.
I don't feel safe. Get out of the gym.
Yeah, some of those people at Planet Fitness are pathetic. I don't touch gyms anymore. I just do my own. I get my own weights here. I go for my 5-10 mile watt, whatever, and boom. It's like, but somebody like that is just, just use the machines. Free weights? What are free weights? Like, just not even waste my time. Somebody like that, I'm like, okay, that's nice, bye. It's not worth it. Seriously.
Rick.
Well, first of all, if Homeboy's a gym rat, he probably spends most of his time in the wrong locker room.
Zing.
I didn't think about that. That made. Ooh.
Secondly, nobody who can fight is that fucking stupid. Because this is no different than when you see somebody who has done lots of time in the military and done this, that, and the other, and then you've got the guys who did like their, they went in for 6 months and got an early discharge, and they're all bragging about everything they do. The guys with the 20-year-long career, you don't hear shit from them. They just show you. This guy is nothing but a fucking peacock showing his feathers. Oh, look how tough I am. And then as soon as somebody comes at him, he's gonna be like, I was just kidding. Don't hurt me.
Like, motherfucker, I know people who could, by the time they're done with him, they'll have to tattoo feeding instructions on his forehead.
Yeah.
I know a girl that served the military probably take apart that guy. Like, seriously.
Okay, there's also one other thing I'd like to bring up.
Yeah.
I'm watching Rear Window right now, and did you know that Miss Lonely Hearts also played in The Tingler? She played the deaf-mute wife who couldn't scream.
I didn't know.
Anyway, back to
I
you.
did not
Steve.
know that.
Interesting.
More random facts. The problem that I have with this tweet. Look, you can say whatever you want. X, whatever.
Twitter.
Tyler looks like he's looking at his beer bottle.
Not
Was this a good
anything you-
idea?
How much?
Well,
Was it-
It's a stout, which I don't really like anyway. I found this in the back of my pantry, which I think my old brother-in-law gave it to me like 2 years ago, so I thought I'd try it. I don't drink enough stouts to know what it's supposed to taste like, but it might be bad. I don't know.
Well, we'll find out after the show.
Yeah, when you turn several shades paler and start throwing your guts up, yeah, we'll know.
Does it taste like coffee and pretense?
Yeah, it's not good, but it's all I have.
Well,
Anyway,
enjoy. The problem that I have with this, because this lines up perfectly with what we're going to talk about, is the keyboard warriors. This guy is a complete idiot. To say that, and I wouldn't even. No, I would say it, but in this context, I wouldn't say someone of a certain political party doesn't lift any weights, although we all know one side doesn't lift weights because they're all chugging down soy milks with estrogen and have an emotional breakdown. Boo hoo hoo. Here's the thing. This guy is just talking out of his ass. He's just trying to look cool and all this stuff. Like, oh, this. I'm like, dude, first off, you have a Care Bear picture that says no fucks given or something, whatever. I don't know. But the problem is, when it comes to keyboard warriors, they're more than likely, if you confront them, they will buy your meals for the next week because they're so scared of what might happen. And honestly, there may not be anything to happen. You're just confronting them just to talk to them. That's what most men do.
Dude,
We're not going to hear.
that's what I got into a little bit of a confrontation about 2 weeks ago, and somebody was fucking around out in front of my house, and I was just sitting on the stoop smoking a cigarette, and guy looks at me. He's like, "What are you gonna do?" So I put my cigarette out and I started walking towards him, and he fucking ran. People are afraid of conflict these days.
Well, here's the thing. It's in that situation.
Of course,
Most
it
men
didn't help that I had a big old smile on my face either.
Okay, that's. I found my play date. It's most men when we confront someone who's just talking trash and confronting us. We just, or not confronting, just acting like a keyboard warrior. We just want to confront them and talk to them face to face. That's it. But they assume, oh, they're going to beat me, which usually is never the case. Now you get some that just will throw the first punch, like a sneak attack, because they're scared and they want to be like, oh, I'm going to take him out right away. And then that escalates to something else. Then you're in the hospital. We don't want any of that stuff. But we'll get to the first question of the night. Tyler's not seen these questions before. What was a funny experience with a keyboard warrior? Tyler. No, I'll let you go later.
Let me think on it.
All right, Rick.
Oh, so many. Most of mine, honestly, I usually I'm the guy who always jumps in when somebody else is giving my friends a hard time on X. So I will usually wait until somebody's trashing somebody else and then come in and use them as a chew toy. Amish is pretty good at that too, but I'll let him tell his own stories.
That's my whole shtick.
One that stands out to me was probably it was actually several years ago, and I don't remember who it was, but I know it was one of the first times that I had ever jumped in and defended Sam, who's become a really good friend of mine over the years, and just would not let it go. And we're in a private group together. And by the time this guy had blocked me, she's in the private group going, "Remind me never to make you mad," and then shows a gif of Hulk yelling Hulk smash. She's like, "I've never seen you like that before." But yeah, I have too many fun memories with keyboard warriors because I like to use them as chew toys. So
yeah,
but that's half my shtick though, because I do live radio, so they'll come into chat and heckle me too, and then they get mad because I usually send them away crying.
Well, the best one is when you get hecklers and you ignore them in the chat, and then they get real pissed off because you're not paying attention to them, and then you still ignore them, and then they just leave. I'm like, thanks for
we're still getting a nickel off the click too.
I know. Thanks for the view count. Like, okay. Ordy, I would say you're not really a keyboard warrior. You're just a troll in the sense of you're very clever with it.
Aww.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to. Go ahead.
No, when I said, yeah, we're going to do keyboard warriors next week, you're like, oh, really? You're like, oh, you're gonna take me on? No.
Yeah,
Did you have any funny
I want
experiences?
Vincent to answer first because I don't want to be accused of stealing his answer.
Okay, Vincent, the attorney who is not a paid lawyer. Is there any funny experiences with a keyboard warrior?
I can't remember who it was. I mean, because I've been blocked by so many famous people. But no, really, my celebrity
No,
block list is long and illustrious. But I remember I was getting into it with somebody, and you know, they were trying to be funny and blah 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 blah. And I'm like, motherfucker, you memorize shit for a living. And basically, what it boiled down to, my final tweet before they blocked me, I just said, the famous such and such, insert name here, wit, or at least half of it. Oh, damn, I should have got a bigger laugh than that. Oh well.
Hang on. I don't know if it'll come through, but I have something for you for that, or I did, but too late. Timing won't work now. Never mind.
What?
There's your laugh. All right, so Orty, what is it the same one that Vincent? Because we know we don't like.
But I
we
do
don't-
have a lot of those. I think I made there was one point when Patrick Tomlinson spent his entire Italian vacation arguing with me on Twitter. I thought that was fantastic, rather than spending time with his family or
Damn.
That hack. Oh my god.
And
He
then I did
actually
have
spent an entire vacation on you. He blocked me after like 3 tweets.
Oh no. And then there was my celebrity block list is long and distinguished. But one of my favorite experiences with a keyboard warrior, and Vincent is part of these a lot too, and so is Rick, in that in our circles we have a lot of Gold Corp and 2A Twitter. And you'll always have some military person, I'm laying the air quotes on here pretty thick, talking about how they could kill us with their bare hands or whatever. And then that becomes a full-blown copy pasta.
Yeah.
Where if you're not, we will take the exact words that they said, copy and paste it into a quote tweet or a reply, and then we will use an image that is completely contrary to that. Like the Prancer size GIF is one of my favorite ones to use, or things like that.
That's how
you'll
you
see
guys
it
do
balloon
it.
up where they actually become the copy pasta du jour
Yeah.
with
Oh.
hundreds of quote tweets, all of them just ball dragging.
That's hilarious.
It's
Because you do. I'll
hilarious.
say this: I enjoy what you guys do. It is funny. If I want, I even try to jump in sometimes, and I always feel like I'm a little late because X likes to make things a little late for you to join in. But I remember there was one guy, I forget where it was. I jumped in on one that you guys were doing because I was like, this should be fun. Knew this guy, I don't even know what it was, and we were just ragging on the guy because he started acting all tough. And
Yeah, that's when
just
they're
dude,
real
it's
mad.
fun. It's fun to join your guys' conversations with people because I don't even know half the time what we're arguing about. I'm just doing it because it's fun.
I forget that after about 2 or 3 quote tweets. After that, I am just there to. I'm just there for the yucks.
That is the glory of shitposting, my friend.
Yes, it is.
Tom.
It's a job. It's an adventure.
Yeah.
Mine aren't nearly as much as you guys when it comes to, especially for Twitter, AKX, whatever you want to call it now. I avoid that like the plague for the most part, except for advertising for business purposes. That's about it. And posting music. I've had some interactions with people on Facebook sometimes with some discussion boards, but mine are basic. When it comes to politics, I don't talk about any of that online because I just don't want to deal with it because there's too many moronic, just the stupid people say the dumbest things just to try to get a point across and try to act, as you say, keyboard warriors, and they think they're all high and mighty for stupid reasons. And I just don't have time to deal with that. No, I've gone in discussions with wrestling. I got booted from a site for just stating an opinion, and people get offended and like, they booted me. Like, okay, whatever.
Hmm.
So, but yeah, nothing too much as you guys, but they're fun to watch. I'm the kind of person that's on the outside a lot of times eating the popcorn, like, oh, what's going to happen? Let's see. He just said that. Oh, this is fun. And then they're fun to follow, those ones. But yeah, no, I got none that I can think of. I probably have some maybe smaller things, but nothing like the boys are saying right now. I don't know.
I think it's okay. You getting booted off a site for doing that's crazy.
Oh yeah, I did a couple times from a couple sites, but people are just so sensitive.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, Tyler?
Oh, why, thank you for asking. Yes, I have something to say. Literally yesterday. So I have a TikTok. I never use it. I always forget that I have one until somebody sends me a video and it gets redirected. I made one just to promote my book, basically. But I was gonna send some of my friends like a funny like text message or something. And I was like, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna do a TikTok. So I keep seeing videos of all these women that just completely overestimate their value by like a lot. So I had an opinion on that. And I was just saying, like, why do all these sixes walk around acting like the reason they're not on Playboy is because of a choice? Why do they then have the goddamn nerve to ask me how much money I make, what kind of car I drive? But then when you turn it on them, you just say, or all they say is, I just bring the vibes. Like, yeah, vibes. Okay. Wow. That's fantastic. I'm very privileged to be in your presence. So anyway, that video kind of blew up, and it's, I think, almost at 2,000 views right now. And the women have opinions on that.
Dude, make some follow-ups. Get them even angrier. Build that brand up, brother.
I think I'm going to keep doing it.
Or just say, hey, prove me wrong.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to
Except
do.
say like Skinner, prove me wrong.
Right. Prove me wrong, kids.
Either that, or you say
Prove me
vibes.
wrong.
Do you need batteries for your vibes? You know, like.
There you go. I'm definitely going to keep doing more videos like that. But it gets funny where my buddy actually chimed in the comments and just shut them all down completely. He was the last comment. Nobody said shit after this. He just said, look at all these cows mooing in the comments. Who the fuck let them out of the barn?
Jeez.
Oh, God damn.
I've seen, I used to have a TikTok from one of my comedy stuff. And some of those women on there, they're like, I want a guy that's making so much money, or he has to be 6 foot. And the guy pulled out the scale. Well, how much do you weigh? And she walked away immediately. So, like, oh,
I think it's so offended.
Yes, it's like, oh, some of those women are just.
We keep making those videos, I think.
Yeah.
Keep on doing it. Hell yeah.
I think for me, it was someone who was defending The Little Mermaid.
The new one?
And I broke down, I did the math.
I remember that. You did the math on box office.
And, I did, coming from someone.
And returns and shit like that. Yeah, I remember that one.
This is crazy.
That was glorious.
So, it was. It was the peak of the height of my kicking your butt at facts. And I come from a film background. So I may know something about budgeting and box office and stuff. Just maybe. And I broke down the math. I was like, look, you have to take in marketing, the budget, everything, and put it together, and you got to times it by 2.5 to 3. That's your point that you need to make. And I had keyboard warriors come out of the woodworks. I got on to, I don't know if you guys know this, but the Black Twitter of Reddit, I landed on there.
Mm-hmm.
And I forgot about it for the longest time. Because all I said, it wasn't like she shouldn't be there because of her skin color. It was more of like, this is going to fail because it's going to be terrible. And I ended up watching it. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was. It's just dumb. It's a dumb movie. It's not terrible. It's just dumb. And I stumbled across the Reddit the screenshot where I'm in it. And let me tell you, I thought I was done with the keyboard warriors. No, this was like thousands and thousands of comments. of everyone calling me every which possible thing. Like they were defending this movie. And then there was one guy that said, I think the Steve guy might be actually onto something because the movie's failing. And then they just came out that the movie has lost them over $5 million and it keeps growing. I was like, But here's the thing: when you do win against a keyboard warrior, don't gloat about it. Just take the win and move on. That's what you do. It was fun, and I'm learning to not get into so much drama and bickering because some of you guys know that when drama happens, my name is usually thrown in there, and I'm usually the cause. I'm trying to avoid all that. I'm trying to be a grown up, but there are some days where you know what, you kind of have to state the facts on some things, and then. Or you get like the simp keyboard warriors. I always get engaged with those because that one actually makes sense for me to say, hey, look, you got to stop doing this or whatnot. And it's always them acting tough. It's always them defending. Like if you said something on X or wherever it is or TikTok, you're going to get like the white knights that just acting all tough. Like, it's like, really?
It's awesome dealing with those though. Seriously.
It is.
I'm
But
like,
at the same time, it's
like, motherfucker, I've left harder things floating in my toilet after my morning ablutions.
But here's the thing: when you deal with keyboard warriors, there is one thing you don't know which type. You might get the psychopath who will somehow try to find where you live and then hunt you down and like threaten you or something like that. Those are the crazy ones. And usually you don't see them there often, but you'll get the ones who act all tough. And then when you call them out on what they're doing, then it's like, I'm not doing that. I would defend anyone. You're tough. You're a wannabe tough guy. I'm like, dude, I'm not the one who has a Care Bear pictures my profile. All right. Like, and then they'll be like, yeah, you're bald and smoking a cigar. I was like, yeah, your point? Like, exactly. That's a segue to the.
The best
Holy
thing
shit,
to
it's
do
dark
is
outside. When the fuck
Ooh.
did that happen?
Well, when
thing
it
to
gets
do,
to
though, is
7:40,
yeah, you got to deal with the crazies. You have to out crazy the crazy.
yeah.
And in the circles that I run in on Twitter, it's good to know people that can find anyone on the planet inside of 5 minutes.
It's all fun and games until someone posts the picture of your front door.
Abso-goddamn-lutely.
Some of those people creep me out though. Some of them like to like I've heard of other people being doxxed and others for no reason, just because some people get vengeful. I'm like,
See, here's the thing about that, Tom. You see, many years ago, you're still a young man. Many years ago, they had something called a phone book.
Yeah, I
And
remember
in it,
those.
they had a telephone number where you could be reached, and it also had your address. Unless you wanted to pay the $20 extra on your phone bill to have an unlisted number, which not many people did. I am completely comfortable with people finding out who I am and knowing where I live because it makes my job easier. I don't have to go looking for them.
Well, here's one thing. There was one. Now that you brought that up, I just pointed out something about. I forget what it was. It's like. It's always usually I always get the pop culture keyboard warriors for some reason.
Jesus.
Those are they think they know about something, and I'm like, so I give them like I would talk in code, like how a film person, like an editor, cinematographer would talk, and start doing all these things. They wouldn't get it. I was like, oh, this guy has read a bunch of Wikipedia stuff, but it's always never women. I've noticed that women don't do the keyboard warriors as much. Some do, but some don't. But there was a guy that was doing that, and it got to the point where he was so pissed off, and I was calm. I was being nice and stuff, and somehow he got my information. He's like, "Hey, he said it publicly. He goes, I will dox you," and I told him, I was like, "You know what? Do it, because if you do that." And you have anyone coming at my house, guess what? And he didn't know this about me at all. It's like, I have guns. You come and intrude me, guess what? It's over. And he's like, are you threatening me? I was like, no, I'm just giving you a warning. Like, don't. And that shut him up too, because then he realized, like, oh, this guy's a Second Amendment type guy. Yeah, don't. I'm not a big fan of doxing. It's stupid.
It's
If you
childish.
do it. Guess what? You're asking for drama. It's moronic.
Last person who threatened to dox me, I said, bring a sandwich, a flashlight, and level 4 plates.
Challenge
Then
him.
you just
Hey,
'cause
go
here's the
ahead,
thing.
find me. You couldn't find your ass with 2 hands, a compass, and a set of night vision goggles, motherfucker.
But here's the thing: you can flip it on them. You could totally flip it back around. Once they start threatening, like, I'm going to look up where you're at. Go. Guess what? The party just begins when that happens. And
Here's what a lot of people don't know. I used to do things for a living that make it really easy to find people. So anytime they threaten me with that, I usually do exactly what he was just talking about and send them a picture of their front door to DM.
That's how it's done. Out
Oh, yeah.
crazy the crazy.
I
would
love our
scare me.
circle. I really do.
but we're going to get to the next question. And that is, how can guys learn to build toughness and move away from being a keyboard warrior? Because there is a big difference. Because keyboard warriors, they're not tough. They just act tough. Because they don't know what the first step is to be tough. Tough is pretty much when someone confronts you and you stand your ground. Doesn't mean you have the result of the violence. You're just standing your ground. And then eventually the guy's going to respect you. Be like, okay, cool. This guy actually has the balls to not be scared. And he's actually having a conversation. Tom.
Myself, this is something I've never really. Funny enough, no, okay, no, I can't say never. When it comes to totally, like I said, I avoid politics, all that stuff. Something to do with pro wrestling, I will defend my opinion. People call me an encyclopedia when it comes to pro wrestling. I know what I know and I love it. So I will defend certain things, but I'll still never get like a warrior. I'll never, like, if somebody has, okay, I'll just say it facts and then just walk on. Some people get offended. And like I said, I've been banned from sites just stating a fact, but I guess you can't say certain words nowadays and stuff. And then, by the way, going back to TikTok, you can't even say the word idiot because your comment will get taken off completely. You can't call somebody an idiot. I try to say, well, he eats paint chips or something. And even that gets taken down. TikTok is so sensitive. It's like, just, it's so annoying.
Yeah.
Can't say anything
Those
on
of
there
us
anymore.
who believe in free speech
Shy
never
Tom.
stop saying gay and retarded.
Yeah, no, exactly. There's nothing wrong with that. But no, you can't do it on TikTok. It's so pathetic. So, really just don't do it at all, in my opinion. But that's just me. I don't bother with it anymore. I'm just tired of it. And by the way, Vince, thanks for saying I'm young, even though in about 15 minutes I turn 52, so I feel young, maybe.
Do you want a cookie?
I do. I want a cookie. But
Once a
I-
child, it's his birthday.
I just don't deal with it. But just be smart about it. If you're gonna state an opinion, and don't get offensive if they can prove you wrong. Oh, maybe you're right. Because I'll admit when I'm wrong. I was like, no, maybe you are right on something. I'm not one I'm steadfast in my opinion, and I'm never gonna. If I feel if you can come with facts and prove that, oh, maybe I am. I can look at it another way. But that's what these keyboard warriors. They're never wrong. They're never wrong. They're like, I'm right in everything I want to do. Like, look at it constructively. No, I'm right. Like, oh, Jesus. Okay, bye. Seriously.
It's like,
Like-
dealing with it's like
Yeah.
dealing with a middle school girl. No, I'm right. It's like,
By the way, there's only 2 genders. I've had that argument once before too. But anyway,
Wait, Tom, you're a Libra?
yeah.
Okay, because my
Yes,
birthday's next Wednesday, so we
Ooh,
rock.
nice.
you guys want both a cookie? Wait, you
Yeah,
want? You
I-
both,
I was
Yeah, I
thinking,
do.
I'm gonna.
kind of sounds like they might want their own room or something.
Do you guys want a weekend of?
Not
just
gay if you leave your socks on.
Are you those? Hold on. I got a question. Are you the type of guys who, when it's your birthday, you're like, it's my birthday, la 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 la? Are you those types of guys?
Actually, usually no. I just spend it alone. I'll probably play video games tomorrow and go to Bob's Takeout, which is a local joint, get some fish and chips, and just that's about it. It'll be a quiet
That's
day
not
at
the
home.
same.
Yeah.
Well, good, man. At least you're doing something to acknowledge your birthday.
Oh yeah. What the heck?
I'll usually go grab some sushi or, go to a
I'm
brothel.
in my
whatever.
50s now. It's like screw it. Just enjoy.
I will say this: Happy
Well-
birthday, early birthday
Wait,
to you. I'll
Yes,
say that.
happy birthday.
If you're grabbing sushi, isn't that pretty much the same thing as going to a brothel? Oh wait,
Yes, that's why I said one or the other. Embrace the power.
Damn straight. Yeah.
But here's the thing: I watched.
And
the clip
then
of Joe
everybody
Rogan.
fucked.
I watched the clip of Joe.
We're all
Rogan.
getting laid.
Oh wait,
So
it's been many years.
So I watched this clip of
Let's have sex. Been too long for me. I'm gonna cry.
Yeah.
Anyway, just don't be an idiot with a lawyer. That's all I can say on that one.
Yeah.
Just
But I did watch a clip of Joe Rogan talking about guys who are so excited about their birthday, have to plan and all this stuff. And he's like, don't be stupid.
Oh God, no. Yeah.
So that's why I was like, all right, but happy birthday. And
I'm still alive in my
Vincent.
50s. That's a good thing nowadays.
There you go.
Like,
Yep.
Vincent.
Yes. Oh, you want an answer to the question? How to be tough without being on the keyboard? Well, first of all, stop looking at porn and masturbating. Build
That's
up
a
your
good-
masculine energy. Go outside, touch grass.
Save that seed.
The 3 S's: sun, steak, and steel. That'll get you tough. Eat the meat. Drink some wine. Get out and get some vitamin D from the sun. Go lift some fucking weights.
That's
that's good. Yeah.
I don't know how we can beat that, but we'll try. That's
That's
you know, dang. I like
Sun,
that.
steak, and steel,
That's
man.
That's a
all you need.
T-shirt. You're gonna make that
Yeah.
T-shirt.
You do it, Tom. You're more creative than me.
Yeah.
I will take
Sun,
5.
steak, and
I will
steel.
take 5% off the front end, not the back end.
I thought you liked the back.
Rich.
We just got our first Vincent Charles Project T-shirt on the KLRN store.
Yeah, Jeff will
Nice.
have it up in like 10 minutes.
Oh, Jesus.
All right. So
Hooray,
Okay.
I'm useful.
this is assuming that you actually want to be tough, because I can't really beat his answer, but I do have another take on it, because believe it or not, it kind of ties back into the same thing we were talking about last week. If you are in a situation where you need to be tough for whatever reason, first thing you need to understand is everybody's afraid.
Mhm.
It's about what you do with the fear, whether you run from it or embrace it or push through it. So if you're in a situation where you have to be strong for whatever reason, that's the first thing. Embrace the fear. Don't let it control you. Second thing, if you're in a situation where you're getting that pissed off over a conversation on a keyboard, you should probably log off. Third thing, do your own research and quit making me do it for you.
Yeah.
Tango
I
golf,
hope-
baby.
I
Don't
Touch
you guys-
grass.
Don't you guys get really annoyed when you have to do their own research for them?
Oh yeah, when he said that reminded me of people say, "Well, look, show me some facts." Well, you can look it up. Google's right there. You can.
I just say I'm not your Google machine.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
I'm not your
More to
mammy.
Rick's point, I must not fear. Fear is the mind killer. Fear is the little death that brings total obliteration.
I will face my fear.
I will permit it to pass over me and through me. And
When
when
the
it has
fear is gone,
past, I will-
only I will remain.
there we go.
Hallelujah.
Nice.
Lisan
Nice.
al-Gaib. Lisan al-Gaib.
Did I miss anyone?
Me?
Yeah, everybody.
Okay. How to be tough?
Yeah, you can go, Tyler. Now you can.
Okay. So,
What a
For
cock
one-
move, man.
It was. I'm sorry. That was a dick move I just did. I'm sorry. Yes, go.
That was a power
it
move.
is my turn? Okay.
Now,
I'm just-
yes, my attorney told me to tell you go.
You gotta slow it down. I get confused easy, man.
I bet you
Um,
do.
Yeah, so to be tough, basically figure out what it is you stand for and defend it. You got to be comfortable with being unpopular, standing against the crowd, and just stand your ground and be like, yes, you guys are all wrong. I'm sorry. This is how I feel. I'm going to fucking defend it. If you can't tolerate just being unpopular and having people upset with you, you're not going to succeed in life, man. It's just part of life. And you can get practice at it on the internet. I mean, just figure out what your convictions are and fucking defend them. That's it.
Yeah. Now, Tyler, you have what? Did I miss Ordy?
Nothing. That's fine.
Oh no,
Did
you can
Ordy
answer
go?
Ordy. Yeah, I thought he did.
No, I
No,
just talked
he
a lot.
hasn't. He
Oh,
hasn't.
he just talks a lot. That's what it is. Okay. Ordy, how would you? How would you?
Hi, how you doing?
Continue.
What was the question?
The question is,
5
why does
minutes to
Steve
the hour.
always?
It's Jordy Packard with sports.
Yeah. How can guys learn to build toughness and move away from being a keyboard warrior?
Touch grass.
Or smoke it.
Tango.
Oh,
Yeah,
golf,
whatever. Yeah,
touch grass.
yeah. Just get it. You know, Vincent and Rick both said it. Just get outside. Fucking. I mean, I do what I do when I have that time to kill. I mean, it's like I've already done everything I want to do outdoors. I've done all my work. I've done, now I'm just sitting down to just drag my balls across people's faces because that entertains me for a short.
All right,
while.
Amish-
While I'm waiting for my turn with her mom behind the Circle K.
Amish, if you ever decide to do a solo show, I have your show's name already.
Touch grass.
What's that?
Teabagging with Amish.
Ball dragging.
Teabagging with Amish.
Well,
Anyways,
actually, Brad Slager came up with. He just pulled this one out of his ass, and I actually think it's going to be the name of my show, Deep Tracks and Shallow Thoughts, because it was going to be a music theme show.
oh, that's a good
I like
one.
that.
Yeah, but
Now-
also,
that's getting out. That's important. I do like
Mm,
Vincent's
yeah.
3 S's. I like that.
Yeah.
Now, here I had a thought. Okay, here it is. So most keyboard warriors, I will say, are short, bald. Trust me, I'm not describing myself. Don't worry. And
I was going to say, is this a confession?
I know, right? That's why I stopped after 2. They're just
Say
Mildly
3 Hail
retarded.
Marys and drink 4 Bloody Marys.
yeah. They're usually people who are in their mom's basement. They don't really get out much, socially awkward. Again, this is not about me. I don't live in my mom's basement. Don't worry.
Yeah, they have Chuck Norris posters on their wall.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Rambo bobblehead, that always agrees with you because I'm always right.
God, I love this show.
But I was gonna ask Tyler a question, and it went with it, and he went somewhere, but he'll be back. But it's to have toughness. There it
I'm
is.
back with the
So-
question.
Tyler, we've all hung out. You and I, you've seen me in person.
Yeah.
I'm not. Would you say I'm a very intimidating person?
No.
I'm short. I'm short, but
The chuckle
Damn
with
too,
it
dude,
was
so-
the.
yeah.
Well,
Short club. Yay.
But in that, would you say if someone confronted me, would I have the balls to stand up to that person if he was like 6'3"? Even if I know I'm going to lose this battle.
Excellent question, Steve. I think the reason people don't fuck with you is because you just have that look in your eye like you'll bite them.
I get that vibe from him. I get the vibe from Steve. It's like, yeah,
Hey, man.
he's relaxed. He's so relaxed he's almost boneless. He's like a human fillet. But if you fuck with him,
he's feral.
he's feral. He will do literally
I'll
anything.
Mike Tyson your ear, man.
He will literally grab your dick and
No. Anyways, so the point that I was
Twist the
trying
dick.
the
Grab
point
his
I was
dick and
trying to
twist
make
it.
with that is,
Give him the old dick twist.
dude, I saw that video.
You're down that height, so you can just pull it, punch it. And...
What are you, Spider-Man? But anyways, the point I'm trying to make is usually just because of if some guy is a keyboard warrior and he doesn't look like the size of toughness, it doesn't matter. If you show confidence, they're like, yeah, I said what I said. What are you going to do about it? And then you meet them in person. 9 out of 10 times, you're not going to get in a fight because they just want to talk and just confront you and just
Dude,
be like, hey,
Steve, the ideal scenario. I know you don't like people bringing up pop culture in your shows, but everybody remembers The Godfather,
okay,
and everybody remembers the scene where Michael and the florist who was delivering flowers to Don Vito when he was in the hospital, how they stood down those guys who were going to go in and bump off Don Vito. They weren't armed. They just stood in front of the hospital, and they looked like badasses.
Yeah.
That's it.
That is, see, there it is, right there. That is another good example. Or you just bite them.
No, I was gonna say, Steve.
Don't
real
bite them.
talk,
Don't
though,
do that. Then you got another issue going on.
Grab his
No,
dick
Steve-
and twist it.
Steve does have a vibe of where
Dick.
Steve does carry himself to where it just doesn't seem worth it to like really fuck with him because you know that he's gonna stand his ground, and he doesn't look like a pushover when you see him in person. He's you're a badass, dude. What I'm getting at, basically. Even though you probably bite.
I would? What?
I said, even though you probably bite.
Oh yeah. Because I wanted to use that as an example of like
if he doesn't fight, he twists dick.
It's like Chucky coming at you.
I wanted to use me as an example, not because look at me, but because there are short keyboard warriors, and if someone's watching, they're like, well, how do I get tough? You have to show confidence, and you have to show like nothing's gonna stop me. I'm just gonna stand my ground. Doesn't matter. Now, if you're in a fight with someone who is 6'3", you know you're gonna lose. Yeah, you can bite them.
Not
Just
always.
remember-
Not always.
If,
remember-
if
small, but
everyone in the audience isn't familiar by now, there is no such thing as a fair fight.
I was going to say, Marquis of Queensberry does not apply in these
Yeah.
situations. So just
Exactly.
use whatever you got to use
So,
to make sure you come out alive.
Beer bottle, bar stool, pool cue. I've used all of these things, and I'm still here. So yeah. Everything is a weapon when you grab it, people.
All I'm
Get
going
to
to say is the bigger a man is, the harder he falls. Aim for the knees.
Yeah.
Grab his dick and
Anything's
twist
a
it.
weapon, and
Yeah, I
anything's
mean,
a
Bruce
dildo
Lee was
if you're
only
brave
what,
enough.
5'8". That's not that tall. It's not big on me, but Bruce Lee can handle himself. So
Yeah.
Well, not
So-
so much these days, but
losing
yeah.
the fight to the nunchucks, but you know.
Yeah, that's true. Anyways, so what is the issue with being a keyboard warrior without being tough in person? Tom, how about you go first? You chuckled first.
oh yeah, no, I mean,
Birthday boy first.
a lot of times.
Oh
you're not
yeah,
ever
shit.
gonna-
Hey, happy birthday.
Paging Dr. Boy, paging
Oh,
Dr.
yeah,
Birthday
it is.
Boy.
For the most part, you're rarely ever going to meet these people because it's online that are like wherever they
Yeah.
live, and for the most part, almost you're not going to meet them. So years ago, back in my day, it would just be like you're out in public and at a bar, you get a drunk guy and he'd say something, and then that was the old style of keyboard warriors, except they were just loudmouths. But I mean, so that's why I don't think it matters per se, but to me, don't be a keyboard warrior. That's the first thing how to toughen up. Don't, and if you want to state an opinion online, be civil about it, be educated about it, make sure you have points and you know what you're talking about. And again, just be civil. Just, I don't find being in, and if somebody starts getting rude and ignorant, then yeah, I'll take jabs and say certain things, but, just be an adult. Unless you don't have to be anymore. And then, that's I can't say I haven't done that all the time. Sometimes I just, okay, this guy's a moron or whatever, just say anything. But yeah, I just don't care. I mean, just that's how to toughen up is just, you're rarely going to meet these people. So it depends on what kind of tough you're talking about. Mental tough, just don't even deal with them. I walk away for the most part, unless they really push, and then I will, like I said, I've been banned a couple sites. But anyway, it's
Yeah. Now I will say this: a keyboard warrior doesn't have to, and you guys can agree or disagree on this. Keyboard warrior, in my opinion, doesn't have to be just on social media. It could be through an email or even phone calls. It could be of any type of form of someone writing or saying something that isn't directly towards
HR.
you. HR, jeez. I knew a guy.
That was rather specific, Amish. I think there might be a story there.
Does Microsoft ever count? Those Microsoft people that said there's something wrong with your computer. I've actually had one on the line and kept them on for 30 minutes. And oh, by the way, I have a Mac. I like playing with them sometimes.
I remember I had an HR when I worked for this company, and they would, because I like to make jokes, and sometimes some
You have
people
to be
get
careful
offended.
of jokes nowadays. Yeah.
Yeah, this is like before it got worse than what it is now. But there was a guy who didn't like me because his girlfriend left him because she wanted to date me, but I turned her down because she was annoying. And I didn't know that she was dating. That's the other thing. I didn't know. This was like in college. And his whole goal was to get me fired from my own job. He would make up random things, just a big keyboard word. I figured out who it was. I confronted him. This dude buckled so fast. I ended up getting fired because then the bosses found out what he was writing, which was not all true. Like he wrote a bunch of crazy, stupid things that I'm like, why?
What kind of things was he saying?
Like I would say, supposedly I would do like very inappropriate things. I don't want to say it live because then it's like this and that, but it's just like a lot of things that like stupid guys would do, creep guys.
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, I work in the kitchen. Like I'm in front of a dishwasher the entire time. Most of my jokes only the spoons and forks know. But yeah, that was another experience.
If they go too far, can you have defamation against them? I mean,
They figured it out and then they fired him and then they wanted me back and I said no.
yeah.
He even called me the N-word again.
Oh Jesus. Vincent. This is a very edgy episode.
Yes, it is. I'm trying to. What was the question again?
It is. What is the issue? What is the issue with being a keyboard warrior without being tough in person? Because you could be both. You could.
I don't think that's the case.
Okay.
It's hard to explain. In being a warrior, there's an ethos. All right, you take care of yourself. You take care of your friends. You tell the truth. You try to be an all-around good man. You don't fight unless you absolutely have to. That's one of the main things. People who get behind a keyboard, I mean, they do it for the sheer fun of it. They do it because they don't have anything else. Maybe their life is so fucking pathetic, and the only thing that keeps them from giving a Beretta a blowjob is fucking ragging on people online. And if that's the case, then you've got more issues that need to be dealt with, and I'm neither qualified nor interested in helping.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. Ordy.
Yeah, hi. How you doing?
Hi.
That's not my name, by the way.
Okay, Amish. What do you want?
No, Turd Ferguson. Come on, read the fucking.
All right, Turd Ferguson.
Anyway, God damn it! You just. Well, okay. Earlier, Vincent made the distinction, and it's kind of why I was just busting your balls about this topic coming into this week. Is that there's a difference between keyboard warrioring and shit posting.
Mm-hmm.
We can smell a keyboard warrior a mile away. Any person who, I don't want to say who is a tough guy, but can handle themselves in most facets of life, can smell the effete simpery of a keyboard warrior a mile away. And that's when it's really fun to just start shit posting.
They smell like patchouli and fear.
They smell like balls and regret. But yeah, so I mean, just don't do it. I mean,
how do you know what balls smell like? I have so many questions.
Yeah, that one opens up a whole can of.
Very flexible.
I mean, the guy who for the last 4 months has been talking about making ball soup. Yes, I know what balls smell like. By the way, use dried man tonic for the balls.
You heard it here, folks.
Yeah, but no, it's just. I mean, just everybody knows you're faking it, so all you're doing at that point is just humiliating yourself further in a conversation. You have already humiliated yourself that you got to the point of being the tough guy. And that's when, it's like I talked about earlier, the copy pasta. That's when the copy pasta gets cut loose because you just went to the most retarded level of the conversation you probably could. And I'm reminded of that. It was like, oh, you don't work out, I will beat your fucking ass. And then it has the picture of Bugs Bunny firing the gun. Yes.
They went
Like I
full
said, bring
retard.
plates.
Don't go full retard.
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah, never go full retard. Rick.
All right. So again, the biggest thing about acting tough online, especially if you can't do it in person, is it just means you're an idiot. But it goes back to something that Vincent was saying earlier too. It's probably the sole excitement they have in their day is seeing if they can get under somebody's skin and seeing how many buttons they can push. And we all see those, especially with my jobs, because I write for Twitchy and I also do this stuff all the time. So everybody's always like, and it's funny because we have these same guys that come listen to our stuff and they'll be like, I hope those 5 listeners liked your podcast. I'm like, bro, you obviously didn't see the numbers. They're right there. But sure, keep talking. But it's just so much. It's just, if you can't back it up, you shouldn't be saying it in the first place, because at some point somebody's going to make you try to back it up. And that this goes back to something that I see online all the time. Society lost something when everybody figured out they could say whatever they want online and not risk being punched in the face anymore.
Yeah, no repercussions.
Because now everybody thinks they can be a tough guy. And half of them, when they consider themselves a tough guy, are the Tim Walz variety of tough guy. I'm just saying.
Yes. Did I miss anyone?
Did you get Tom? Oh, you got Tyler, and I think, did you get Tom too?
Did I?
Yeah.
Did I get Tyler? Yes.
No. I didn't give an answer.
So
What
my
was the
turn is. What is the question? You know what is the issue with being? You're probably trolling me right now, but what is the issue with being a keyboard warrior without being tough in person?
Eventually, someone's gonna fuck you up.
Mm-hmm.
It's only a matter of time. I ran into some issues with some like friends of friends that added me on Facebook a while back, and I had opinions. It's like, hey, don't fucking add me on Facebook if you're not ready to see what I have to say. Anyway, they disagreed with me, and then before I knew it, there was like 4 or 5 people ganging up on me. It was political shit. Since then I realized it's not worth it to put political stuff on Facebook. But the main problem I had was 2 of the guys I know personally, and it's like, dude, you're a tiny little bitch. Like, I would beat the shit out of you if you were to ever say that to my face. So I fucking wrote that in the comments, and that didn't go over too well, and I wasn't very popular with my
I wonder why.
group. But I'm kind of just rambling at this point. I forgot the point again. Anyway, your turn, Steve.
Okay. For me, it is you have to have toughness in life because guys are going to have to deal with conflict, whether it is through talking one-on-one or if it escalates to a fight, which I think a lot of men, we don't want it to escalate to that point. We want to de-escalate it to where we're just talking normal. Like, that's the problem I always have with when I'm dealing with someone who's a keyboard warrior. Sometimes I don't pay attention anymore to them because then I'm just engaging into their bull crap. Is when you text it, that's another thing. Keyboard warriors, even in phone text, it's with like even through an email, text, Twitter, Facebook, whatever it is, you can't see the person's expressions. You can't tell their tone of voice when they're talking. Because sometimes, it's because sometimes if you actually just sit down with them, they're going to be scared out of their mind. But if you just talk to them calmly, they start calming down. They're like, okay. And they're not as scared. They're like, oh. And then they'll admit, they're like, I thought you were here to beat me up. Why would I want to do that? I just want to talk to you. Like, you haven't insulted my wife. You haven't done all the other stupid things that most guys would end up doing because they're stupid. But no, it's just you talk nonsense, stupid. Like you're just trying to be a punk to be a punk. And I would say if someone was like, you know what, I don't want to be a keyboard warrior. How do I build toughness? Go out, get some sun, eat some steak. You better eat some steak. Medium rare. That's it.
Why you gotta overcook good meat, man?
I still gotta try
Right?
it. I'm still waiting for this tri-tip.
No, well done.
Try those someday.
Why did I say medium rare?
Yeah, I was gonna say, even I agree with the boys. Like, medium rare, what the hell?
Yeah, no, I meant
Yeah,
well
medium
done.
rare.
Yeah.
See,
no.
you're slowly becoming one of us. You're going to eat man's meat. Not in that way.
Anyways, so
You will
Like-
taste man flesh.
go learn how to box. Go do something that builds your testosterone. Because eventually, when you start building it up, then you're gonna realize, oh, that's really stupid to just have arguments and be
For
the
no
tough
apparent
guy,
reason,
be
yeah.
the white knight, and all that stuff.
I would rather
It's-
be a warrior in a garden than a gardener in a war.
Mm.
Well,
But yeah, that's the questions I have. Vincent, do you have any Shakespearean for us? If you don't,
yeah.
that's okay.
No, I
All
do.
right.
Oh, this is from a play called All's Well That Ends Well. Not one of the most popular in the folio, but basically, right on the cusp of a war, these two guys are talking shit about the king's best friend, who is an actual. Well, not an actual, because they didn't have keyboards back then. But yeah, he's a shit talker. He talks more than he fights, and we all know one of them. And well, let's get to it. Believe it, my lord, in mine own direct knowledge, without any malice, but to speak of him as my kinsman, he's a most notable coward, an infinite and endless liar, an hourly promise breaker, the owner of no one good quality worthy of your lordship's entertainment. There you go.
That's pretty
Bravo.
strong.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Bravo, bravissimo.
That is the reason why I never do 2 shows a night.
Mm.
Going
Yeah.
back a bit too.
Yeah.
One of the things with how you can tell an internet tough guy from one who isn't. Every account I've ever lost on Twitter, X, whatever, has come from what Sam Plitibunny calls diving on a grenade for my friends, where someone is just taking rampant abuse and I step in to draw the fire at me. And Austin Peterson, for those of you who remember that little row I had with him, is the definition
was
of an
there.
internet guy. I know. His little kimono and his taekwondo and yeah, so that's like the internet tough guy versus me who just humiliate him for hours and days on end.
Taekwondo. That's mall karate, isn't it?
Pretty much. That's the Dane Cook of martial arts.
Oh my god, did you see that thing? I have to send you that clip. They had this handicapped guy doing a martial arts tournament. And the
What?
comments, oh my god. Somebody said partial arts, and I hurt my ribs from laughing so hard. Oh my god. It's out there in the ether. I'm not going to tell you where to find it, but you'll be able to find it really quickly.
DM it to me.
That's savage.
I'm gonna see that now.
Oh man. But we're gonna get into the final segment. A really good one. That's right, everyone. We're gonna do tip of the hat, where each of us pick a random person that we know, or you can pick a celebrity, up to you, and just go around and we talk about how they've motivated us and inspired us to be more masculine, because society needs that. Just look at Tim Walls. This is how you clean an air filter. No, okay, you dipshit. Now change the engine. Ordy.
Since I've been doing this in keeping with the topic of the day, tonight I'm going to tip the hat to Alexis Ohanian, one of the co-founders of Reddit, where keyboard warrioring really came into its prominence. It began on CompuServe, and we can thank Wilkins for that. But in the modern era, Reddit is responsible for keyboard warrioring and shit posting writ large. And it is also the greatest forum for crowdsourced autism ever invented by mankind. And I fucking hate Reddit so many.
It's stupid. Tyler.
Yeah. I'm positive you guys probably did this one at some point on the show, but John Wayne, dude, that was the man. That was the man back in the day. I mean, he just towered over everybody at the time. I think he was like 6'5", and he plays the same role he played the same role in every single movie. The dude cannot act for shit, but that's okay. Neither can The Rock, but we still love him as that role. Just John Wayne was just at the time what men looked up to as that's supposed to be a man. That's what a man is. And for me, my grandpa really liked spaghetti westerns, and my grandpa was a huge influence on me. He passed when I was still a kid, but every time I would go to his house, he'd be watching spaghetti westerns, usually with John Wayne. And dude, I don't know. I've started watching John Wayne movies. Like, I don't watch a lot of movies usually, but if I do, a lot of the time it's spaghetti westerns. But nobody ever says it, but that dude couldn't act for shit. He's the same in every single role, but we still love him for it. So that's my tip of the hat.
Cool. Tom.
I'm gonna break protocol with this one, if you guys don't mind. I'm gonna bring the temperature down a little bit here.
I object.
But it's actually not gonna be a man. I'm gonna thank you for this because I found out some news about my mom she has Alzheimer's, and I want to give something really to her because she made me a better man from being a good mother. And sorry, just it's emotional. I just recently found this out, and she helped me just as much as my father, maybe even more so, because she was my friend also. She would teach me things and sit down and take the time and scold me when I needed to be scolded, definitely. And it's not just men that are important in your life. These women are important in your life too. We got to forget our mothers are just as important, and she made me a better person for who I am today, to stay on the straight and narrow, work hard for what you do. You're not going to get anything free in life. And she actually would sit down and talk with me. I had a stern dad, but he was a quiet dad. But mom would actually sit and talk and take the time to teach me these things. And just, with what learning recently, she deserves this, because, it's just, she's as big a part, if not more so, as much as my dad. So I know it's breaking protocol, but I just have to give her the tip of the hat because she deserves it. Because that's
that's okay. I think moms they get a pass. They can be
underrated. Oh yeah.
I don't think guys give our moms enough credit as much. I know I don't give credit to my mom as much, but because they're the ones who have to deal with a lot of crap raising boys. That's for sure. Jeez, now I understand why.
He had two sons, and we were a pain.
It's no. I think if anybody wants to give their mom a tip of the hat, you're more than welcome to do that. That's not breaking protocol. Now, if it was your girlfriend, your sister,
yeah.
Okay, we'll put it on the back burner. We'll see. Unless like your sister's like a UFC player, like all right, okay. Vincent.
I'd like to tip my hat to Dick Twist guy. No.
Oh my god, this is an MMA fight.
No, actually, I'd like to tip my hat to the good Lord Almighty for allowing me to stay here another day and be a pain in the ass to everybody else.
Allowing me to be here another day and making it everybody else's problem.
Absolutely. Preferably while naked.
Vincent, who gives me a lot of
And
images I
everybody
don't
started
ever want to
fucking.
see ever. Anyways, Rick.
Well, for me, I think my hat tip this week is going to go to someone who I never got to meet in person, but I honestly wish I did because he was local to Oklahoma for a while. Because he actually inspired a lot of my later in life career choices, which was probably stupid on my part. But after I had to hang up the badge and the gun the first time, I got into private security and everything else, and also private investigations. And that's largely in part because I used to watch a show all the time when I was a kid called The Rockford Files. Mr. James Garner, who's an all-around badass and actually can act, in my opinion. Yeah, I've actually been watching that show a little bit, and I was a little sad because it dawned on me. I was like, dude, I had that exact car when I was 24. It would be worth a fortune now if I had taken better care of it. No, damn it. But yeah, James Garner has to be my head tip for this
All
week.
right.
'Cause he is the quintessential tough guy, and I know people who know him, and he was all around just a really good guy all around. Probably one of the last guys before Hollywood started tanking. And
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway.
That's cool.
Can I bring up a point quickly? He
Yeah.
mentioned a guy who can act, and somebody mentioned earlier about The Rock who can't act, which he's the same. Yeah, Tyler, you said he does the same role over and over again. So I will say one thing: Dave Bautista is actually the best wrestler to actor ever done. I just had that
agree.
No, I
argument
disagree.
recently. No, I think
You
Dave
know why
can
I
play
disagree?
any role.
He went
He's done serious, he's done comedy, he's done everything, and he does it. He's the best wrestler to actor, and he's actually trimmed down. He's gonna get more roles. I think he's the best to ever do it out of the wrestling industry.
No, he should have never done that.
Oh,
Well, what about Danny
one.
DeVito? I mean, he was the trash man, but then he's done all these other roles in Hollywood.
There you
Reference?
go.
Yeah.
My tip of the hat is my brother-in-law. Him and I, we may not agree eye to eye on a lot of things, but he taught me actually how to look through a scope on a rifle. He taught me a lot of cool things to how to use a hole puncher, I should say, properly and everything. He taught me some things that I was new to. I was like, all right, cool. How do you look through a scope? And he taught me all that stuff. And I remember one time when we were in Hawaii, and I hate cold water. And he actually not physically pushed me, but just challenged me. Hey, get in. Don't think about it. He actually challenged me to get in cold water, and it was fine. And he's the type of guy, and I don't think he does it intentionally, but he actually challenges me to better myself just because of my size and everything. He's trying to mold me into trying to be a better man. And so I do really respect him. The tip of the hat to him on that one. He's pretty cool. And yeah, that's all I got. I just want to thank everyone who was a part of this show. And yeah, I
Even
don't
me?
know. Yeah, of course.
Okay, I got to repeat that. Usually I wouldn't read the room, but I got to read this one. The comments. It says Steve
Okay.
hates cold water because it makes him shorter. That's a good one.
I was going to comment on that
Thank you,
too.
Jeff.
Man. That's funny.
Thank you, Jeff. Wait till you come back.
He's probably laughing. He's like, yes, I got one in.
That was a good one.
I miss Jeff. I can't wait till he comes back.
Same here. He's awesome.
Same.
Oh man,
Hope
I
you're
can
good,
make fun of him for being an Angels fan. Jesus. Gosh, man. The Angels baseball team is pretty sad because everyone outside of LA, they think Anaheim Angels are part of the Los Angeles team. Like, no. So
Yeah, at least they still got a team. Miami Expos haven't been a team in years, even though Montreal's looking to get a team back again. But
yeah, well, Canada sucks at every sport, so
Except curling.
Except curling.
no. I want to thank Orty.
Cocksucking.
I want to thank Vincent, Orty, Rick, Tom, Tyler. You guys make this a lot of fun. And I just read that comment. And yeah, I want to thank you guys. I don't know what next week's episode is going to be, what that topic's going to be, but if you want updates on them, you can go on X at not rancorsteve. And I update around usually the weekends. And yeah, so on that note, I do have to give it a one send off. The only person to give the best man show a send off, and that is our president.
And we say bye-bye.
Bye bye, everybody. See you guys next week.